Hello there. Welcome to this episode of The Scoop, live from Saddleback College in Mission Viejo. I'm your host, Kevin Shirka, and I'm so glad you decided to join us again. We have a lot planned for today's episode. We will cruise on by the Dana Point Yacht Club to learn more about what they do. We will also hear what people in the Quad have to say about past U.S. presidents. And we'll learn how to make some cheap tacos, and so much more. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. The Dana Point Yacht Club is a prestigious organization that has a lot to offer for its members, including a charity regatta that benefits the 5th Marine Support Group. Let's take a closer look at what else is going on in that yacht club, shall we?
Located in Dana Point Harbor, the Dana Point Yacht Club is a source of maritime activities for local sailing enthusiasts.
We have a very active sailing program. We do a lot of things that are ocean related, and we try to grow ourselves as we go forward.
And grown it has ever since its establishment nearly 70 years ago.
And at that time they had 86 members, and they were publicly endorsed by the county, and that was kind of the beginning of what we now know as our big harbor.
The club today stands at over 400 members. There are a number of programs available at the club as it gets involved in the community while creating and nurturing its own.
We also have our charities that we take care of. For a lot of years we were doing the Ocean Institute, and over the last couple of years we've been doing the 5th Marine Support Group. We have a junior program that always was done in the summertime. We also have the auxiliary come in, the Coast Guard auxiliary comes and does classes.
These classes are open to anyone, not just members. What the Yacht Club excels at, though, is racing.
We have been part of the international race, which is Newport to Ensenada. We still have the most wins for the international and the most entries.
Racing is a way of life around the Yacht Club. Everyone is welcome, from the veterans who have sailed for years to the novices just starting out. These racers all can regularly participate in what's called a regatta.
A regatta is a fancy term for a sailboat race. A bunch of boats get out, we have a starting line, we announce the course to the competitors, we send them off, and we finish them up.
These races bring out veterans who come out for a multitude of reasons, like Ed Coy.
I've had this boat since 2013, so I've been racing her ever since. And we are very active in Dana Point Yacht Club with the races, obviously. Basically, it's a nice harbor. There's a lot of activity in this club, and it's close by. I don't have to drive all the way to Long Beach or San Diego to race.
Despite the competitive nature of these races, everyone is supportive of everyone else. The Dana Point Yacht Club truly offers a unique experience to Orange County.
Now, we've been golfers for many, many years, belong to a lot of different country clubs, never experienced this before.
Over the years, the club has fostered a tight-knit, welcoming community. If you're even just a little bit curious about sailing, you're welcome. And there are always boats looking for crew for the races as well.
A race is always a good podium for people to learn more about racing.
The club offers a home away from home for friends and family alike.
I wanted a safe place for my wife and my 4 daughters to come when I'm not around. And it met all the criteria, and it taught me sailing about the ocean. At the same time, I had a place that was safe and wonderful people for them to get to know. That's the other great part about this club. Everybody's there to help everybody else. It's really quite wonderful.
For more information, you can visit their website at www.dpyc.org.
This club has many activities and events in store for 2020. For more information on how to join in on the fun, visit their website at dpyc.org. Next, we interviewed Saddleback students about which president they would like to see return for a future election. Let's hear what they have to say.
Can you introduce yourself really quickly?
Hi, my name is Christian.
My name is Carlos.
Hi, I'm Corey Hahn.
My name is Blake Conyas.
I'm Kiara.
I'm John. I'm Danny.
I'm Ella.
Hi, I'm Evan Lucero.
Yeah, my name is Nick.
Hello, I'm Alana Flynn.
We are a lot of people.
I am Rachel Dahlquist.
We are the Grass Groovers.
Corey Hahn.
Again?
Half of us are saying names and half of us are... Okay, my name is...
Noise.
My name is Noise.
Amazing.
Hi, I'm Katie.
My name's Rex. Thank you, Rex. I love that name. Okay, so my first question I'm asking everyone today is, if you could resurrect one president, but he went back into office for 2020, who would you pick?
I feel like Abe Lincoln did a pretty good job. Is that what everyone's saying?
No, that's the first one we've got, actually. So, yeah, Abe Lincoln. Great. Great answer.
I really liked his movement with the giving African Americans equal rights and everything.
Abe Lincoln.
Sure, we're going to go with that too.
Obama.
Obama's not dead.
Probably Lincoln.
Very good answer. Solid answer.
I can't remember the president's name that initialized the Apollo launches.
John Fitzgerald Kennedy.
Amazing. I like that you used the whole name. I know it's a tough one.
I'd say JFK. Just give him another chance, you know?
Okay.
Short, might as well see what he could have done.
Oh, I kind of want to steal that. That was interesting. Can I steal his? Okay.
Yeah, of course. No problem.
Yeah, that guy.
JFK.
JFK 2020. I'm going to say JFK as well. That is a big question. I'd say... I'd say John F. Kennedy didn't have all of the terms that he was promised, so maybe him.
I think it was JFK.
Maybe like George Washington because he's on our currency.
He was a hero. He led the people in a good direction. So my second pick would be Roosevelt.
Roosevelt. Oh my, thank you. I've been waiting for someone to say Roosevelt all day. Awesome.
I'm in between Roosevelt and George.
Okay, perfect.
Well, the only dead presidents I really know, I mean, they're almost all dead. Theodore Roosevelt or Abraham Lincoln are the ones I know the most about.
I love that. I love that so much. The first Theodore Roosevelt we've had all day. I've been waiting. I really have been, so thank you. I agree with you.
That's really hard. I can't think of any good ones that I would want to be president. Can it just be like no answer? Like, can I just say I don't feel confident? Yeah. Yeah.
You know what? That's our first no president we've had. I kind of like that answer. A little chaotic.
Yeah.
Did you know that we have had 44 presidents in our history? I also would have gone with JFK because he was nice enough to donate all of his presidential salary to charity. What a nice guy. We're going to take a quick commercial break, so don't go anywhere.
Saddleback College enriches its students and the South Orange County community by providing a comprehensive array of high-quality courses and programs. We foster student learning and success in the attainment of academic degrees and career technical certificates, transfer to four-year institutions, and improvement of basic skills. We dedicate ourselves to excellence in academics, student support, and community service. We hope Saddleback College will be your first choice.
Welcome back to the show. For our next segment, we will introduce you to Saddleback student and filmmaker Byron Morse. He directed a short film called One of Them, which is about accepting that things don't always stay the same. Let's take a look.
We might die here. Look what I can do. Or maybe the ghosts will come and steal our souls. Brian, look at this rock.
Hello, my name is Byron Morse, and I am the director and writer of the short film One of Them that is going to the Newport Beach Film Festival this year in April. The main reason that I wanted to write this story is because I've always wanted to write a film where it's like found footage style. It was originally going to be all found footage, but after getting it reviewed by like multiple people, peers, professors, and stuff like that, we decided that it wasn't the best course of action to go. And then it ended up just being a few minutes of the video, just a small section. It's found footage just in the beginning.
60 years ago, young Martha Bennett and her family went camping in Mountain View Forest.
We're going to shoot at an actual campground. The problem with that was the campground was going to be pretty expensive just to stay there, and then they wanted like $400 to $500 insurance. And we didn't have that in our budget because that was literally our entire budget, and we had to feed people, so we couldn't do that. And I couldn't have done it without my producer, Julian. He went through a lot of work to try to make sure all the locations and food and everything was set.
This is ridiculous. Why'd you even come?
One of the things that turned out not as great as I was hoping was the campfire scene when they were all having their heated debate around a campfire. We actually filmed that in a garage that we built and like blacked out all the edges to make it look like it was in the woods. I wasn't too happy with how that turned out just because it looks like they're sitting in a black void. So getting that time to go on set and record it on location would have been really helpful. Because money and time, we couldn't do that, and that's okay. But if I could do it again, then that's probably what I'd do differently. We couldn't actually have a real fire, otherwise we would have burned California. So what we did instead was we had a fireplace that my production designer, Tanya, built out of rocks and twigs and a light that we had at the bottom. We had a LED panel and like red and orange gels laid over the top of it to give it the orange glow. We also had her do makeup as well, so to make the turned, that we call them, look a little different. Like she put a little bit of blood in their ears and makeup on their face to make them look pale, and a little eyeshadow around their eyes just to give them the creepy look.
Okay, where's Ryan?
The actor Clayton, his performance of portraying the character Dan, I thought he was spot on. Like the second we brought him into the casting room for auditions, he nailed it. He nailed the part perfectly. Like everyone else that we brought in, it just wasn't the same.
Anton? Anton, where'd you go? Richie, where's Anton?
It's not a bad thing to move on, even though you're not comfortable with it and it's not what you're used to. But in the end, it's okay to let things happen, even if you're afraid of change. And so for me personally, like I've moved across the country, came to college to make films, so it's just been a lot of change. And even though I felt like I wasn't ready for that change, it's definitely been a good change. And now that I'm more comfortable here doing what I'm doing, I'm starting to push myself further and get uncomfortable again. So that even though that you're uncomfortable, like that's a good thing. It's what makes us human and like keep pushing forward towards our goals. Because like if we weren't afraid of change, then nothing would ever happen.
You can see Byron's film for yourself at the Newport Beach Film Festival, which is happening April 23rd through April 30th. Be sure to check it out. Hey, are you hungry right now? Well, you're in luck because this next segment features our very own Chef Austin teaching us how to cook some easy tacos. They're not only easy, they're affordable too. Enjoy. Well, college students like us know all about ramen noodles and potato chips, things like that when we're hungry, but how about something with a little bit more substance? So I invited Austin in here to show us a little something. Chef Austin, what did you bring me today?
I brought us some ingredients to make a nice taco.
All right, I love tacos.
Yeah, so I'll run you through the ingredients real quick. Here we've got a couple ounces of sour cream. You'll notice it's a bit reddish because it's been mixed into a bit of a sauce. I'll be showing you how to do that later. About an ounce of hot sauce, your favorite brand is fine. Some olive oil, some garlic, oregano, and paprika, just mixed together. Just kind of feel out the right amount of each ingredient there. A little bit of chicken. This is grilled chicken. This I bought pre-cooked for like $1, so nice and cheap. This is about 1 jalapeno pepper, 1/4 of a red onion, 1/2 of a bell pepper, and this is about 1/4 of a lime. And we've got 1 corn tortilla here.
All right, one is all we need.
One is all we need for today, but you can, of course, up the amount of ingredients for however many people you've got.
All right, let's get started.
Why don't I get started?
Yeah.
So we're going to start by drizzling this olive oil in the pan here. Put that away. Spread it around. And we're going to heat that on about medium heat. And in the meantime, while that's heating up, we're going to mix all of our hot sauce into our sour cream.
And just how spicy is this hot sauce here?
The hot sauce that I'm using is pretty spicy, but the sour cream is going to dilute the spice a lot. So it shouldn't be too bad, but you can always
that'll help for
adjust to your taste. We're going to
I'm a
squeeze
lightweight.
a little bit of lime in there, and we're going to mix it up. That's a fun noise. All right, and remember, the more hot sauce, the more lime you put in the sour cream, the runnier the sauce is going to get. I don't think you really want runny sauce, but it's up to you. Now this should be kind of warmed up, so we're going to take some of our chicken here. We're going to toss that in there.
Why don't I make myself useful here?
Sure, if you could stir that up for me.
Yeah.
Stir that up.
Pleasure.
I'm going to put a little bit of seasoning in there and just a little bit of lime juice. And keep stirring that up. And I'll get ready the other ingredients. So these are sliced into rounds, just thin slices. These are just lengthwise slices on the bell pepper. And then just the thinnest slices you can get off of the onion. I got some bigger chunks in there, but that's okay. And we're just going to toss all of these right in there. And we just heat it up. So you're going to keep stirring until everything is kind of coated in the olive oil, and then you'll know it's heated when the chicken is nice and brown. The veggies are a little bit charred around the edges, but not burned. So.
Okay. And while we're waiting, do you have any other dishes that you recommend that are easy but fulfilling?
Pasta is always a good one you can make for cheap, and that's it's always a very filling, satisfying dish because it's really heavy base. Sandwiches can be really good. Use some bread. That's what makes a sandwich?
Yeah.
You can cook a sandwich and you can make like a grilled cheese or a panini for not much more time, effort, or money than just a regular cold sandwich, and it makes it a little bit better, but a little bit more of a meal. So I think these look about ready. Thank you so much. So we're going to turn the heat down to low so it's on a simmer. We're going to take one of our tortillas here. Now these are cooked in the oven at like 325 for just a few minutes. They get soft. It makes them a little bit easier. We're going to mix just some of our stuff up in here. And we're going to put some of our sauce on. And you can put some cheese on the tortilla before you put it in the oven. That's going to make it a little bit better for you. And I will let you do the honors.
Yeah, thank you so much. Ooh, it's hot. Well, thank you so much. I hope you guys learned something. Yeah, you'll benefit just as I'm about to. Now, didn't those tacos look delicious? And it only costs $9 to get all the ingredients for 6 tacos. Perfect for a starving college student. We're going to take a quick break, so stay tuned. Don't change the channel. Welcome back to the show. For our next segment, we're going to be taking a closer look at Laura's House, a resale store that provides assistance to victims of domestic violence. Let's take a look.
In Lake Forest, California, a resale store by the name of Laura's House is dedicated to helping families affected by domestic violence. This Lake Forest store is run like any average thrift store, but with one key difference. 100% of its profits are donated to the programs that Laura's House has created to assist survivors. Founded in 1994, the organization is dedicated to Laura, a woman who passed away tragically at 38 years old due to domestic violence. As a result, some of her lifelong friends came together to bring support and resources to those in need. Laura's House offers services such as therapy, an emergency shelter, transitional housing, a 24-hour crisis hotline, education, and legal services.
So we have what's called our CRC Center, which is our Community Resource Center, and that's up in Ladera Ranch. They offer classes, they offer therapy, they offer legal services, they offer a multitude of different programs there. Obviously, it's had a huge impact when you hear that we've served 5,000 people.
And their success rate shows. In 2018 alone, they had helped over 5,000 victims.
For us in the resale stores, it's amazing because we will get a lot of the clients will come back here to the resale store because they want to let us know how they're doing. They want to show us how they've gotten jobs and they've gotten their own homes and things like that. And the best part about it is they usually want to give back too. So they will then turn around and either donate to us or become volunteers.
The comprehensive nature of the program and the services they provide is what makes Laura's House the only state-approved domestic abuse organization in South Orange County. They are currently ranked number 1 in the area by the California Partnership to End Domestic Violence. Laura's House keeps up its presence in the community by hosting all kinds of events.
We have our guild puts on the Derby Days, so they have different things that they put on. Our corporate office puts on our big gala every year, and then the resale store also has events. We have our big holiday event at our San Juan Capistrano store in November, and that's always a lot of fun.
The Lake Forest Resale Store hosts its own events as well. In the past, they have held fashion shows, Villa Bag Thursdays, and all kinds of special sales, all to raise funds for their cause and to spread awareness for domestic violence. For all these events, the store depends on the help of committed volunteers. If you wish to help Laura's House in their mission, you can visit laurashouse.org and apply to volunteer today.
We really depend on our donors. Our donators give a lot of amazing things to us, which really helps us with our cause.
You can also visit the Lake Forest store and shop around or donate any used clothes, furniture, books, vinyl, DVDs, and more.
If you want to donate something to them, such as clothes or shoes, their donation center is located in Lake Forest. And if you'd like to learn more about this organization, go to laurashouse.org. Now, on a lighter note, we have a special guest today, Melissa Sackerson, who will be singing a classic song called Why Don't You Do Right? I even had the privilege of interviewing her. Let's take a listen. So, Melissa, thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate it.
My pleasure. I'm happy to be here.
Thank you. Why don't you tell us about yourself and what got you into singing?
Well, my name is Melissa Sackerson, and I have been doing musical theater for a really long time. And since I was a wee young child, my parents got me into doing some random show during the summer to kind of get me out of the house, and I ended up really, really liking it. And at the time, I was an ice skater, a young figure skater, competitive, and they started telling me, hey, you have to come in before school at 6 a.m., and I said, I'm not doing that, I'm going into the theater. So I quit ice skating, and I became a theater kid, and I've been singing and doing that ever since.
Really?
Yeah.
What are some of your favorite stages that you've played on?
Oh, I've done a lot of local stuff in Orange County, but I've done some other really cool, like bigger venues. I've been at the Seagram Center in Costa Mesa with my high school. I went to OSHA, Orange County School of the Arts. Very proud of it. Amazing place. And I also got to perform at the Orpheum Theater in LA. And yeah, and I have a song on iTunes because of that whole thing that I got to do with that.
Oh, and what is the name of the song that you're going to be playing here today?
Today I will be performing Why Don't You Do Right? It's a classic jazz song from the 1930s.
All right, that sounds great. Ladies.
You had plenty money, 1920
money too. You let other women make a fool of you. Why don't you do right like some other men do? Get out of here, get me some money too. You're sitting down wondering what it's all about. You ain't got no money, they will put you out. Why don't you do right like some other men do? Get out of here, get me some money. Get out of here, get me some money. Why don't you do like some other men do?
Wow, incredible singing by Melissa. If you want to hear more of her singing, you can follow her on Instagram at simplyadorabelle. Well, that's all the time we have for today's episode. We learned a lot, like how to make an inexpensive meal, and found out some of the great organizations operating around Orange County as well. Hope you enjoyed the episode. I'm Kevin Shurka, and I look forward to seeing you next time.